In today's video, I am using some leftover summer items from Dollar Tree and turning them into some adorable fall DIYs. Hey guys, and welcome to KraftsbyKatelyn. I'm super excited you are joining me today. I am so excited for today's projects. I think these turned out really adorable. I love them so much. I can't wait to share. If you're new here, hi, my name is Katelyn and I love all things DIY and crafting. If you love to craft and cute craft projects, make sure you hit that thumbs up button. Make sure you are subscribed and hit that little notification bell so you never miss a video that I put out. Today I have 3 really fun, adorable projects that I know you're gonna love. Like I said, I had so much that I purchased in the summer that I didn't get around to using. I was busy with my kids and stuff this summer. My husband's working at home and I didn't want this stuff to go to waste. So today I tried to put this to good use. I am using some of my leftover summer decor pieces from Dollar Tree and turning them into really cute farmhouse decor. Well, less farmhouse. These are kind of colorful projects, but I know you guys are gonna love these, and these are pieces that can fit into any style decor. Definitely can customize these for yourself. But without further ado, let's go ahead and jump on into these DIY projects. For the first summer item that I'm going to be using are these 3 DIY wood frames. I have seen these at Dollar Tree before and I actually passed them up in the summertime, and then I watched someone else's Dollar Tree haul, and as soon as I seen them and whenever I was starting to make fall crafts, I knew these would be the perfect sunflower shapes, so I was super excited to try these out. So the first thing I do was take them out of the packaging and remove the backing off of there. They do have these really cool, like perfect wooden circles in there, so I'll be able to add something over the top of that and then replace it back in there, and it'll be really nice and sturdy. But after I got the middle taken out, I wanted a richer yellow color and I just didn't have it. And I even had went to my local Walmart and checked my local craft stores, and a lot of stores are just out of paint right now, so I had to make do with what I already had. So I tried to mix a little bit of this light tan mocha color in some yellow, and it just darkened it too much. So you will see that I just tried to keep layering on the paint and adding the bright yellow on top, so it kind of all blended in really nice, and I kind of got what I wanted. You can see after I just paint the bright, it just is too much yellow, so I do have to go back in and try to make it all blend in and look the same. But I did keep just layering this on until I got it the shade that I liked. If you wanted to continue to just keep painting everything, you could paint that middle with a rich brown color, but I wanted to add some texture to the sunflower, so I knew adding burlap would make this not only fit in more with my farmhouse decor, but also give this like a rustic touch and add that beautiful texture that I feel like always completes a project. So using some of this burlap, I pick up these rolls out of the wedding section from Walmart, but you can get burlap at any craft store, and I just cut it down a little bit larger than the wooden circle so that it would fit inside. I went ahead and set that to the side because I wasn't done just yet with painting my sunflower. I love shading and adding details to everything, so I decided to add in just a little bit more of the brown color and just go around the edges, and it just to make this pop out more. It does look like I have put out a ton of paint, but this is old paint. I think some of the yellow was all halfway dried up, so I really kind of had to just get what was in the bottom of the bottle, but I go ahead and mix that up. I love just piling on a bunch of paint whenever I am trying to get it to look really nice and blended. And then after I cover that wooden circle with the burlap and glue that down, I can press it on down into the sunflower, push over the little metal clamps, and then I add extra hot glue for more support. I love adding some little black lines around projects that I'm painting, especially when I'm not too worried about them being like, whenever they're more whimsical, I guess is what I'm trying to say. But I go ahead and just put that around the center, and then just not completely outline it, but add a few little lines around the edges. And that is my inner crafter from where I made door hangers. We used to add these little black lines around the edges of the door hangers, and it just really made them pop off of there and look really nice. The next thing I need to do is add some dowel rods, because I am going to be adding this into a little potted planter. I know I called this a planter, but these new metal buckets from Dollar Tree that are so beautiful. I was just blown away whenever I found these at Dollar Tree. Super excited about them, so I knew I had to use one as quickly as I could. So after I had the sunflowers that needed something to go in a container, I knew this would be the perfect thing. So I go ahead and cut a piece of styrofoam down because I do want these to be able to stand up. I hot glue it down. I did have to cut the corners off of it so it did fit down into the bucket because it gets smaller at the bottom. I put the tallest sunflower in the center, and then I cut down the two on the edges just a little bit so they'll kind of set all pretty nice and neat together. And then I'm adding in some lamb's ear. I picked this up at Walmart for around $2 for two little stems. I go ahead and add them on both sides in the back, and then add a couple in the front just to make this look really nice and full. And then I'm gonna push in one of Dollar Tree's little neutral color floral picks because I did want it to have just a tiny bit of extra detail. But that is how simple it is to put this together, and I think it turned out really good. I just loving these sunflowers so much. So it was really awesome to transfer these in from sun photo frames that I would have never used into something that I will really get to enjoy this fall season. Another fun summer item that Dollar Tree carried were these little flamingo circles. These I love whenever Dollar Tree puts out circle signs. They are just so much fun to use because most of the time I am making square or rectangular signs. But I'm going to go ahead and flip this around to the back. I did make just a farmhouse sign with the word blessings on there, farmhouse, and I just loved it so much. So I knew I wanted to recreate a sign that would go well into fall. I have this sign sitting kind of in my hallway on some hooks, the farmhouse one, so I knew I wanted to replace it with something that would go really nice for fall. So the first thing I am taking some steel color chalk paint, which is the medium color. I love using that whenever I know I want to distress because I can put this darker elephant color on there and just dry brush over it, and it just looks so pretty together. I also enjoy painting the solid surface, the elephant color, and then dry brushing with the steel as well. But this is what I'm doing for today. I tried to line the circle or the little hole up at the top so that I made sure that my lines were going straight. I didn't exactly get them straight, but it's okay. I think I blended them in with a piece of sandpaper. But this is what's going to make this entire sign so beautiful. From Hobby Lobby, I picked up this little truck. It was $2.99, and it's just called a little ornament maybe, but they had these out in their fall decor and they were adorable. These little chunky wooden trucks. I knew they were so beautiful, and I got this 40% off, so it was very inexpensive. Something I knew that I could not make out of Dollar Tree items. So I went ahead and picked that up, and then I am going to be needing a backing on this because I wanted to pop off of that gray sign. So I thought I would use these popsicle sticks. I didn't want them all to just kind of be matched in the center, and you would be able to see the kind of the seam in the center, so I am kind of staggering the top and the bottom one so that it kind of looks a little bit like tile or faux brick, or kind of like just shiplap that is kind of staggered a little bit. So I really like how it turned out. Also for the top, you definitely can use the fall words. I hadn't been able to find them for so long, but I actually was able to find some fall metal words at Dollar Tree this weekend, so I will be able to use those moving forward. But for now, I am using some more of just the Hobby Lobby wooden words. They are super inexpensive and very nice quality, and you get several different options. So really really enjoy using those. But for the popsicle sticks, I went ahead and laid them down. I traced with a pencil the little circular edge, and then I was able to just cut them off. I knew this little truck was really colorful, so I thought white would be the best thing for it to pop off. They also had an orange version of this little truck that was really cute. I think it had white pumpkins in the back of it. So I just knew that the colorful one would look best popping off of the white. I did want you to be able to see the little staggered lines, so I did take that little tool from Dollar Tree and kind of pull the paint or scrape the paint out of the center of those. And then while I had my white paintbrush still wet, I went ahead and just painted over the blessed word. I go ahead and start hot gluing everything down. Make sure that you do try to get it lined up really straight. I know it is kind of hard to get it all straight, but I'm just trying to make sure that whenever I do hang it up from the hole at the top, it is going to hang really nice and level and not like it hangs to the side, if that makes sense. So the next thing I'm doing is using some of my favorite gray and white buffalo print ribbon. I found this on Amazon. If I can find it, I'll link it down below, but I bought this I think at the beginning of the year. But I go ahead and just whip up a really quick little bow. I love looping over my bows all separate and then tying them together with a piece of jute twine. I just feel like they're so much easier to work with, and you get a perfect bow every time. So then I'm able to fluff that up and then cut the little angles at the tails. I tried to intentionally tie the little tails of the bows in the behind this bow so that they will kind of stick out straight and not cover up my blessed sign. This is how it looks all put together. I think this is adorable and a really cute piece that I'll get to enjoy with all of my fall decor. I just think it is so cute. And then next up, I know these aren't really specific summer items, but they are items that I bought back in the summer. I'm using this larger little sign. It does not have glass in it, so I'm going to be able to take the back out of it. And then I made a puzzle DIY. I turned a little puzzle into a heart maybe last Valentine's Day, and I love that video so much, and a lot of you guys enjoyed me using the puzzle, and some of you have asked ever since then, so I thought it would be really fun. I've tried to think of something ever since then what I could make out of a puzzle. So whenever I was trying to think of summer items and I found this adorable little donut puzzle, I decided to use that. But first, I knew I needed a nice solid background. I still wanted it to be a little textured so it would have detail back there. So I am using some of my Hobby Lobby scrapbooking paper that I am going to Mod Podge on this backing, and I'll be able to add that into the frame just so I have a nice clean slate and all of those little puzzle pieces are really going to pop out. So I know I mentioned before which colors I like to use whenever I go more of a grayscale, but for this I wanted more of a brown warm color, so I started by painting the base coat in the truffle colored chalk paint, which is like a dark chocolate color, and then I go ahead with this mineral color, which is like a lighter tan, and go ahead and dry brush over that, and it dries a little bit darker and it looks so beautiful, and it looks more like weathered faux wood. And then I'm using Mod Podge. Once again, I always get too much Mod Podge. I can never judge. I know it takes a lot, but or I like to use a lot on there just to make sure that I am able to push it out the sides and make sure I don't get bubbles. But go ahead and just paintbrush that on there and put it down. For this project, I didn't put Mod Podge on top of the paper, so I went ahead and skipped that step. This is the specific puzzle I was talking about, but you obviously could use any one that Dollar Tree has, but I do like to get this count because it does give you like the smaller size. I did pick up a Minnie Mouse one, and like the puzzle pieces were huge, so I wasn't able to use that, but I just go ahead and pull out a good handful or two of them and start kind of dry brushing on this orange paint. This is Pumpkin by the Waverly Chalk Paint, and I'm not really just saturating the whole piece. If you get these too wet, they do tend to kind of like curl up a little bit or get ruined, so I'm just kind of in between painting them and dry brushing them. After they had dried, I go ahead and sketch out a little pumpkin, so I knew, so I had a little pattern to follow on here. I went ahead and decided to paint the stem, so that would really show up and pop out off of there, and you would know that this was a pumpkin. But then I go ahead and hot glue down all of these pieces. I do try to make sure that none of the flat sides do go to the edge, just because I love the edges where you're able to tell that they all are puzzles and they kind of flow nice and easy together rather than any of them being straight pieces on the edge. I did put one at the top, but I do just keep stacking these up. You can add as many layers as you want, but I just stacked them up until I really liked it. I added a little twine bow at the top, and then using another one of my Hobby Lobby wooden words, I chose the word thankful, painted it white, and hot glued that over the center. And this is how this one came together. I think it also is adorable. I love how today's projects were all more like cutesy rather than all neutral farmhouse. So really, really fun, cute projects that will be perfect to make for this fall season. Thank you all so much for coming along and crafting with me today. I had so much fun putting these projects together. I think they are so cutesy, adorable, just really fun projects that you could make with a get-together with your friends, like a small group, but just really fun projects that I enjoyed putting together. Make sure you hit that thumbs up button, make sure you hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you next time. Happy crafting! Bye!